I will be frank with you, that if I was trying to rig the outcome of this primary, trust me, I could have done, there are so many things that we could have done.
The mysterious death of DNC staffer Seth Rich. A White House petition urging Congress to appoint a special prosecutor to investigate his murder is gaining steam. Rich was found shot in Northwest Washington, D.C. Police say he was the victim of an apparent botched robbery. However, his wallet, credit cards, and cell phone were all found at the scene. Before his murder, Rich questioned ballot integrity during the Election Data Summit
and rejected ballots. I guess we've looked at, as an outside practitioner with a vested interest in training our voters, how do we get better access to data that tells us why ballots are rejected, why ballots are cast as provisional, so that we can analyze that and then develop better training guides.
Who was investigating several cases involving the DNC's electoral fraud and voter suppression. He was also set to testify in the case of Hillary Clinton's email investigation. Now, there is a lot of pushback against those that are even talking about this unsolved murder, and there's a media blackout. You have to wonder why there's so little interest in the murder of Rich.
Surfaced. The other thing that's kind of weird is that almost every person involved after he was shot seems to have a very high connection up the chain in the DNC. The first one would be Officer Wingate Robinson, who was one of the first responders on there. He was actually a student at Georgetown University while John Podesta was a professor there. And Robinson's sister, Nandi, also worked for Hillary Clinton's campaign as a research associate.
But it turns out that this was an inside job.
A few years. Chairwoman Seth Rich Schultz.
I was there when he got shot, and they walked him past me so I could see him and identify him if I knew him in the neighborhood. And the police officer said he didn't even know he was shot.
Seth Rich's neighbor, Mark Mueller, who was listed on the police report, was at the scene when Rich was murdered on July 10th of last year. The eyewitness, as you heard, made a shocking statement at the vigil for the late DNC employee and WikiLeaker, where Debbie Wasserman Schultz was in attendance. The witness confirms that he was there when Seth Rich was shot and that police told him Seth didn't even know he was shot. The police report confirms not only that Seth Rich was shot, but he was badly beaten.
Anniversary of Seth Rich's murder, and ever since we learned Rich was a DNC staffer, the conspiracy theories online have taken a life of their own. But today, Fox 5 has learned there is new information that could prove these theorists are in fact right. New information from the family's private investigators suggests there is tangible evidence on Seth Rich's laptop that confirms he was communicating with WikiLeaks prior to his death. Now, the question is, why has D.C. police, as the lead agency on the investigation for the past 10 months, insisted this was a botched robbery when till this day there is no evidence to suggest that? The Rich family hired Rod Wheeler, a former MPD homicide detective, to run a parallel investigation into their son's death. Wheeler says he believes there's a cover-up and the police department has been told to back down from the investigation.
The police department nor the FBI has been forthcoming. They haven't been cooperating at all. I believe that the answer to solving his death lies on that computer, which I believe is either at the police department or either at the FBI. I've been told both.
A little bit about why the media blackout and the silence from Washington on the Seth Rich case should scare the hell out of you. You have a DNC staffer shot dead in the streets of Washington. Not only that, you have a mountain of evidence suggesting that he is the WikiLeaks source. Seth Rich died trying to do the right thing. It's time people stood up and said, we're not going to take this anymore. We're not going to allow an elite class to shoot us dead in the streets like a dog. We're not going to allow a complicit media that's basically just a propaganda wing for the elites tell us what to think. The elites are so used to the rule of law not applying to them. It's escalated and escalated. It's escalated to the point to where they're literally murdering people right in front of us.
I was a key part of helping President Obama get reelected in 2012, and the work we did to prepare for Hillary Clinton to be our nominee and then make sure that we could get her elected president is absolutely critical to advancing the issues that are important. The work we did to prepare for Hillary Clinton to be our nominee. The work we did to prepare for Hillary Clinton to be our nominee. The work we did to prepare for Hillary Clinton to be our nominee.